this episode of Premier Interschools, we look ahead to this Saturday's big game on the farm between OAKDALE LANDBOU and BOLAND LANDBOU, live on Supersport.
Prepare for that combat. The end is where it begins. Everything in that game that you win back. Brace for the impact.
Palpable.
Brace for the impact. You catching that contact. Brace for the impact.
The 11th Premier Interschools match of the 2019 season takes us to the Southern Cape, where OAKDALE LANDBOU will be hosting the visitors from Achterparel, BOLAND LANDBOU. This is how they play rugby on the farm. It's tough, it's physical, it's a battle between two big bulls op die plaas. Landbou School Oakdale is in the Southern Cape town of Riversdale. Founded in 1927, the campus provides agricultural, academic and sports facilities to around 457 learners, almost all of whom are boarders. Oakdale's dairy milks over 320 Jersey cows and provides milk for the school as well as for sale to retail outlets and business enterprises. The farm also has large orchards, including these orange trees and other fruits, as well as these fields of barley, which is sold for beer production, and fields of canola, which are harvested for their seeds and oil. Oakdale Sports Centre is state-of-the-art, providing all the training facilities needed to keep the boys in peak condition for their chosen sports, of which rugby is the most popular. The game between OAKDALE and BOLAND LANDBOU has been played for 32 years and ranks as the biggest agricultural schools derby in the country. Headmaster Andre Lutsky is justifiably proud of the level of sportsmanship that has become a hallmark of this encounter.
You will see at the interschools itself a high standard of discipline, great respect. They work hard to achieve success. But I think that the main thing we do emphasize in competing in sport is that you must work hard for success, but there must also be a very high standard of sportsmanship and at the boys' school specific gentlemanship, but also to enjoy it.
Rugby alumni include Springboks Pedri Vandenberg, Johan Miller and Meyer Bosman, and CJ Stander playing for Munster in Ireland and the British and Irish Lions.
Fondest one was playing interschools against BOLAND. It was always a great game of rugby. It was 22 boys going hard at each other, and it was two farming schools backing each other on. And we lost a few, we won a few also, and the fun I had with the boys was great. British and Irish Lions, it's tough to put into words, you know. It was a great tour. You take 41 guys with different personalities and different countries. It's going to be difficult to get them as a group together. But I think we were all international. We all international players. We had one goal to go down there, as I said, and beat New Zealand. So from day one, everyone just put their heads down and worked hard towards that goal. And it was a great tour. Everyone had a great time. They looked after us very well. We explored the country a bit, and it was a great tour. And we're glad to beat the All Blacks a bit.
Coach Milan du Plessis' first team has had an up and down season, and he's mindful that this is the big one and that it's often very closely matched.
It is a very inexperienced side this year. Last year in 2018 it was a full matric side. so there's not a lot of experience coming through this year. But we're getting better, the curve is going up and we're looking forward to it. If you're looking at the stats, the couple of past seasons, the home side always got an advantage, but it's inter-schools. On the day, it can go anyway.
Looking back at the Oakdale first team's performances this year, they've won just over 30% of their games, going down to some of the big names, including Paul Boys and Parel Khum. The first team boys are working hard to protect that turf and are well aware it's the last game they'll be playing in that treasured first team jersey.
Vir my is dit maar net wel soos iets om hondervleis te kry om soos as baie manne wat die geleentheid wil hê om my trui te dra om, maar die persoon wat dit dra is baie bevoorreg om en dis altyd 'n eer vir jouself en vir die skool om die beste daarvan te maak.
Dit was nog altyd iets waarna ek wat ek opgekyk het na die mense voor my en ja, dit is 'n groot voorreg.
Ek meen van dat ek graad 8 is, kyk ek na helde, my matrieks, hoe hulle daai wit trui oor die kop trek en ek dink van graad 8 af is dit elke ou se droom om eendag daai trui te dra en veral in 'n derby soos een tussen ons en Boland is dit baie uniek. Ek het nog nie daai voorreg gehad nie, maar hierdie jaar ek glo dit gaan 'n groot rol wees en baie uniek wees.
En alles wat hier gebeur is net om jou te laat bou en groei. En so ja, waar dit ook op groot invloed op 'n mens se lewe en nie net op die skool nie, maar as jy uit die skool uit ook gaan.
Jou waardes word maar in jou eie ouerhuis vasgelê en dan as jy ook kom vat hulle dit vorentoe en berei uit daarop en leer jou meer. Maar ja, dit is baie sterk waardestelsel wat is hier.
Baie unieke waardes jy aangeleer soos om te groet en om respek te hê teenoor groot mense, om op te staan vir groot mense en ek dink dit het my ook geleer om dissipline op die sportveld te hê.
Over the last 8 years, at least half of the fixtures have had a difference of 5 or less points. Each school has had 4 wins over this period, and the boys from Agter Parel will be wanting to avenge last year's defeat. BOLAND LANDBOU was founded in 1962 on the beautiful farm Langerich in the Agter Parel. The school cultivates its own wines, and many of the country's leading wine masters are graduates from this institution. The school's 350 learners are all boarders and get practical experience working on the daily life on the farm as part of their curriculum, in addition to the school's normal academic and sports activities. Part of the central message of the school is respect for the environment and for one another.
31 inter-schools matches have been played so far, the first one being played in 1987. I think what makes this fixture unique is the fact that there are so many similarities between our two schools as well as our students. All matches on the day, from under 14D right up to the first 15, are played hard and with passion. And also, this sort of competition on the field eventually leads to respect for your opponents, and also it turns into friendships after school.
BOLAND LANDBOU has produced 4 Springboks to date, including Ottie Low, Derek Hoogaard and Dion Karstens, and Justin Besson is currently at the Cheetahs.
'n Matriek toe ons ook toe gespeel het op die plaas toe dit was ons laaste game van die jaar natuurlik. So dit was baie emosioneel vir die boys en ons het oorgeslaap en ek kan onthou 10 minute in die game in toe het 'n bel van my Fafa toe kom klap hy my so agter die kop toe sê hy vir my kom in die game en daarvan af het dinge net beter gaan en toe wen ons om 38-19.
First team coach Olaf Berg is well aware of the magnitude of the game and what it will mean to the boys playing their last game of the season.
Yes, it's definitely a big game for them. The last time that they will wear the black jersey. So they are obviously very excited and looking forward to it. And also playing against another agricultural school like Oakdale, for them it will also be special. So yeah, it's a big occasion for both the matrics in both schools. Most of the coaching has been done. So we are focusing a lot on the mental preparation for the game. We've had an up and down season, so getting the boys mentally ready for the last game. If we can pull that one through, then the season will look much better.
On paper, BOLAND LANDBOU has had a better season than Oakdale, winning 5 of their last 10 games. including wins over some strong teams like Sachs and Weinberg, but also going down to some of the other BOLAND powerhouses. We spoke to the boys about the magnitude of this game, for many, the last game of their school careers.
Ja, dit gaan baie emosioneel wees om dit vir die laaste keer aan te trek, want van graad 8 af het ons saam as 'n broergroep hier ingestap en saam mekaar deur die moeilike tye, deur die lekker tye deur gegaan. So dit gaan baie emosioneel wees om dit vir die laaste keer aan te trek.
Ja, het gaan baie hartseer wees om die laaste keer 'n trek op te trek en saam met my broers te speel wat ek al vir hoeveel jare saam speel. En net maar alles te gee in die wedstryd en vir elke leier op die paviljoen ook te speel en vir my ouers.
Dit sal verseker 'n groot emosionele spel op my sit, want dit gaan die laaste keer wees dat ek die swart trui oor my kop gaan sit. En ek gaan verseker, ons sê ding wat ons sê van jy moet die swart trui op 'n beter plek los as wat jy het gekry het, en dit sal verseker dit wat ek wil uitleef.
This Saturday, it's the big one on the plus, as BOLAND LANDBOU travel to Riversdale to lock horns with the old rival Oakdale to decide which farmer will carry home the bragging rights this year.
For the weekend against BOLAND, just go out there and enjoy it. You know, it's a big occasion, and it's a great game. It's one that you'll always remember for the rest of your life. Just go and enjoy it as a band of brothers, as we did, and as I know you, the boys, will.
Manne, dis die laaste game van die jaar. Maak ons trots. Onthou hierdie game gaan julle onthou vir die res van julle lewe. Vra my, ek gaan my interskoole telling nooit vergeet nie. So bring dit vir ons huis toe en daar's 'n klomp manne wat agter julle staan. Sterkte manne.
Watch Oakdale Landbou versus BOLAND Landbou in Premier Interschools Rugby this Saturday, live on SuperSport.